Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's Tuesday Express Training. I'm Laurie Conrad, and I'm hosting your training on Tuesdays. And today we're talking about income-producing activities. This is so important because it's so easy for entrepreneurs, home-based business owners to get caught up in non-income producing activities because you don't have a boss telling you what to do, and it's so easy to focus on things that don't make you money, but that are comfortable and are easy and don't require learning a new skill or whatever, and they can just waste so much of your time. So the most successful people are focusing on the income producing activities, not the other ones. So that's why we're here, and we want you to be successful. So money making income producing activities versus time consuming activities that are not revenue producing. All right, we're going to go over both. And a really important concept is that time is your most important asset. So please invest it wisely. You can never get time back. Money, you can always get back. You can always borrow money, right? You can borrow more money, you can get more money, you can make money, whatever, but you can never get your time back. So it's your most important asset. That's a really important belief to have. And once you really value your time, you're going to spend a lot more time on these activities than things that waste your time. So the non-revenue producing activities can truly kill your productivity. They can actually just like make you feel down in the dumps because nothing's happening, right? And certainly they're important, those non-revenue producing activities, but you got to know when to do them, what they are, and when to do them. So we're going to go over that. So here we go. So if you're unsure if something's income producing versus non-income producing, ask yourself these questions. And it may not be apparent to you immediately, but you'll figure it out. Is this a revenue generating activity? You know, is reading the news feed on Facebook a revenue generating activity? That's kind of an easy one. That's a no. Can I make a sale from doing this? And some things may not look like you can make a sale from doing them, but they are, and we're going to go over those. Will the result of this activity lead to a sale? That one's a little bit more focused of a question than this, and that might help you. Will the result of this activity lead to a sale? And then I added this one. I have never seen this in any of the articles I've ever read about income producing or non-income producing activities, or from people that have talked about this stuff. Will this activity build my email list? That's a good one, because as online marketers, our very, very focused objective is to build that list, because you can go from company A to company B to company C, and if you don't have an email list, you're starting over every single time, right? And if you have multiple offers, like say you start out with one product, but then you have 3 or 4 or more, if you don't have an email list, you're always starting from scratch. So you want to be building that list. Building that list is going to lead to sales. So will this activity build my email list? That's a really good one. So first, I'm going to go over the non-revenue generating activities. You want to do these after the income producing activities of the day. They are second in line. They're second-class citizens. You don't want to do them first. You want to do them after. And there are a lot of very successful people that do not check their email until noon. And I know that might seem sacrilege and like really hard to do because we're all addicted to checking our email. But it can be done. And I know Tim Ferriss talks about in the 4-Hour Work Week, he has trained everyone in his life that I think he only checks his email 3 times a day. He does it at, I'm trying to think, it might be 8 a.m., noon, and like 6 p.m. or 4 p.m. or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but he only checks his email 3 times a day, and everyone in his life knows that. So they don't expect an answer from him. If it's 1 o'clock and they send him an email, they do not expect an answer from him until after 4. So you can do that too, and you have to train yourself not to be addicted to checking your email 10 times a day. Okay, creating a logo for your business, not income producing. Deciding on the name of your company, not income producing. These are all things that you want to do and that are important, but they're not income producing. Checking your commissions in your back office, really classic for network marketers to always be looking in their back office at their team and seeing how much money their team is making that day. It's not an income producing activity. I mean, it's something you have to do and you should do it periodically, but they'll spend almost as much time doing that as on Facebook. It's a crazy thing. So filing papers, watching a training. Watching a training is not income producing. Even though you're upping your skills, that's really important, but it's not income producing. What's income producing is then offering a webinar to teach what you just learned, and then hopefully bringing someone into your business and making a sale of that same exact training that you just watched. Or bringing someone into your company because you taught them something and because they know, like, and trust you. So that's where the money is. It's not watching the training initially. Any admin work of any kind, creating your LLC, designing your business cards and getting them printed, talking to the printer on the phone, all this stuff is important, but do it after your income producing activities. Browsing the internet with no purpose in mind, reading the Facebook news feed with no purpose, going on Instagram, just looking at what other people's pictures are. It's not income producing. Perfecting your tagline. I know it feels important, but it's not income producing. Changing the colors on your website. People can get totally caught up in this kind of stuff because we do get the whole perfection gremlin, right? And perfection is such a killer of income producing results. So done beats perfect. That was one of the most important things I ever heard. Done beats perfect. It doesn't matter if your colors are perfect. You'll get them fixed eventually if they're not converting, and you're going to do this after you do your income producing activities over here, right? So you can always change the colors on your website. No one's going to stop you, but just do it after the income producing ones. Okay, let's move on to the income producing activities and go back to the question, will the result of this activity lead to a sale? So here's how I grouped them, okay? Prospecting for new customers, lead generation in any way, shape, or form, and performing those activities is an income producing activity. You want to build relationships. That's an income producing activity. Connecting with people, giving value to them, not selling to them, but giving value and letting them get to know you. Those are income producing activities, and we need to do them all the time. That includes networking online and offline, doing blog posts, recording videos, giving a free webinar, Facebook posts, include that, Instagram, wherever else, whatever social media you use, right? I can't, anyone is going to be good. Doing a podcast, writing articles, contributing in forums, all of these things are content and activities that are going to let you connect with more people, which leads to eventually more eyeballs on your offers, right? And it builds your list. It builds your email list because you want to always be trying to get these people on your list in a nice way and not an annoying way and not in a selling way. That's the whole attraction marketing concept, but these are all money-making activities. You may not think a blog post is an income-producing activity, but if someone reads your post, and you should always, of course, have a call to action at the end of it, same with your videos and everything else. That call to action can lead to a sale. It can lead to them calling you on the phone and you talking to them and leading to a sale. So that's why these kind of things are so important. Content is king. Get your content out there. Learn new skills, share them with people, learn, do, teach, get all that stuff out there, because it's all going to lead to sales of whatever it is you're selling. Okay, number 2, follow-up. You've probably heard this a million times. The fortune is in the follow-up. It's completely true. And follow-up takes lots of different forms. If someone likes your fan page, you can send them a private message. Say, hey, thanks for liking my page. And, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. I love to talk to other entrepreneurs and see what you're up to, and I really appreciate you liking my page. Boom, the door is open for them to talk to you. Follow up with leads, people who have come to your webinars, people who have joined your list, all this kind of stuff. Any kind of personal reaching out is really good use of your time, because some people won't respond, and that's okay, but you have put the energy out there and you've put the follow-up out there, and a lot of people will respond. Number 3, training your team to duplicate. This is an income-producing activity. You want them to duplicate. You want them to be making sales, right? So that they'll stay in the business and they won't quit. And spending time training them, focus training, not just chitter-chattering and stuff like that. We're all guilty of that. But training them to create funnels, training them to, how to do their blog posts, whatever it is, training them on how to network at online and offline events, anything like that. That is all an income-producing activity. Tracking your progress. This is one of the biggies that online marketers miss. They just want to throw out ads and just have sales come in magically. You have to know which ads are working, which ones aren't. You have to monitor their performance. If they're not working, maybe you need to change an image, maybe you need to split test, maybe you need to do whatever, change your headlines, but you've got to know your numbers. And what's your click-through rate on your ad? What's your click-through rate? What's your cost per lead? Doing all of those numbers, really, really important. And you got to track them and see if your marketing campaigns are making any money, because if they're not, then you need to change them. Number 5, emailing your list. And I say follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, give them value, and 20% of the time, make offers. And some people will even do a 90-10. Because they just want to do that. So emailing your list and keeping in contact with them is so important. They're on your list. We need to nurture our email list. Those are human beings on there, and they did opt in. And the money's in your list. The money's in your list. Okay, number 6, any advertising activities, creating funnels, creating pay-per-click ads, creating a capture page, creating a thank you page, adding a tripwire product to your thank you page. If you don't know what a tripwire is, it's usually a very low-cost offer, somewhere from $7 to $49, that you'll throw on your thank you page. Once they've opted into your list, it's on your thank you page. And what it does is it's a very low-cost, extremely high value, like so irresistible they can't not buy it. And what it does is it creates a buyer, and buyers buy more stuff. And so the tripwire should be related to whatever it is you originally offered on your ad and were offering on your capture page that brought you to the thank you page. So it's usually I like $7 ones because you can give a lot of value for $7 that's just so irresistible they can't not buy it. And then you've got a buyer and you can put them on your buyer list. So that's kind of a webinar for another day, but it's important to understand what a tripwire is. Okay, optimizing your campaigns. Optimizing refers to making them better. Okay, that's all optimizing means. And to online marketers, it means adding keywords to a search PPC campaign, tweaking your ads, whether it's on Facebook or search traffic, changing images, split testing to see, if one ad or one capture page works better than another. Just improving your campaigns. This is what makes you more sales, right? If you have a capture page that's converting at 10%, if 10% of the people are opting into that page and you change it, and so now 20% opt in, you've got more leads, you've got more people to talk to, you've got more eyeballs on your stuff, and that is that's a really money-making activity, going from 10 to 20%. So that's what that time is well invested doing. Okay, number 8, doing free webinars. You giving a training, sharing something you've learned. Then at the end, you can sell something or offer something. And this is the way to do it. And I went over this last week in the Tuesday training when I talked about webinars, but I'm going to say it again because it's so important. You can, oh, hold on a second. My GoToWebinar is acting up. Okay. What you can do is, you can just go on Facebook and you can say, I just completed the $1 Million Day training, and it's just blown me away, and it's shown me how important it is to get rid of the clutter not in just your house, but in your entire life, in all areas of your life. And I want to share my 3 biggest takeaways. And I'm going to do it in like 2 o'clock tomorrow, 2 p.m. tomorrow, or you could do it at 6 o'clock tonight, or whatever you think is going to get people on there. And just say, if you want me to send you the link to come to the training, comment below, yes, I want to hear your takeaways, or yes, I want to know, or something like that. And then get that engagement on Facebook, and then send the link to this free little training webinar you're going to do to those people. The other thing you can do is just post the link to the training. You can do that too. It can work either way, depends how you want to do it. And then when you do the training, and it's just going to be a 15-minute webinar because you're just giving your 3 biggest takeaways, 15 or 20 minutes, you're not taking up lots of their time. And then at the very end say, thanks so much for coming. I respect your time. I want to keep it to the 20 minutes I promised you. And we're in overtime right now, but if you would like to stay, I'm going to go deeper and I'm going to show you where I learned this, and then you can bring them into, say for us, the $1 Million Day training you can get for $7 for 7 days and offer that. And it can lead to a sale, and it can lead to having them get this awesome training for really inexpensive. So that's how webinars can be a totally income producing activity. A typical sales webinar, you can sell your webinars like an espresso for $37 for a very good, highly impactful hour training on some particular topic. Sales webinars obviously will lead to sales, right? So if you're going to offer an espresso $37 product, you're going to have a sales webinar to get people to sign up for it and to buy it, right? So that's the sales webinar, and that's the product. Number 10, create a product and charge for it. Espresso product is a good example of that. Could be any kind of training, could be 10 modules, could be 1 module, could be a live coaching webinar, could be anything. Number 11, offer free coaching, and that will lead to sales, because whatever your free coaching is, it's going to be related to your product or your service, whatever it is, and then you can lead that, to additional sales. Number 12, talk to people to JV partner with and to joint venture with, and create another product that you can sell, or team up and do a training where both of you do part of the training and do part of the follow-up or whatever it is. So those 12 pretty much include most of the things that you want to be spending time on for income producing. And I'm just going to sum it up here. If you're spending time on a good advertisement that leads to sales, a good capture page that leads to getting someone on your list, that leads to a good sales presentation, and webinars are the best thing in online marketing right now to make money, is leading people to webinars. Whether you do the webinar or you lead somebody to your company's sales webinar that your affiliate link is connected to so you can, make the sale. Webinars are much better than just a sales page, because you've got people talking live in person, and it's a time saver for know, like, and trust and connecting with people. And then you've got your good follow-up. I mean, if you're doing all these things, you're going to make money and you're going to make sales. And all you need to do is just get good at this stuff, right? That's all online marketers do, is they just keep getting better at doing their ads, better at capture pages, better at either doing webinars or getting people to good converting webinars, and then good follow-up. That's all you need to do. So keep those questions in mind, do your income producing activities, focus there, and you'll be way ahead of most people that think they have a business, but they're not spending time on these things. So I hope that's been helpful today. And I look forward to seeing you next week on Tuesday training. And that's it. I'll wrap it up. Thanks, guys. Take care. See you soon.